player, Joel Embiid, who currently leads the league in scoring. Once again, Joel Embiid.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show you every one of these buckets that he hit because he didn't miss a shot. At the end of the day, they don't have an answer. Not many people have an answer for Joel Embiid.
Giannis had the biggest game of this young NBA season, 54 points with 12 rebounds.
First of all, Luka's a superstar. Let's understand that. Averaging 31, 8, and 8.
LeBron came into the league in 2003. Kawhi Leonard came into the league in 2011. Paul George came into the league in 2010. Russell Westbrook came into the league in 2008. Anthony Davis came in the league in 2012. LeBron was better than all of them. And this year has been better than all of them.
I really don't know what kind of basketball these guys are watching, but at this point, the media should start zipping their mouths and just stop talking. I mean, as you heard in those clips, all they're blabbering about is how good Luka, Embiid, Giannis, and LeBron have been so far this season. But see, these guys will never, and I mean never, talk about the big guy from Mile High, which is totally disrespectful and distasteful. And if they ever do mention his name, it'll be just in passing or treat him as an afterthought. Well, newsflash, folks. Nikola Jokic is still the most dominant force in the NBA right now, whether these talking heads agree or not, and I got the receipts to show for it. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the scary truth about Nikola Jokic that no one wants to talk about. Anyway, the first thing that I want to show you guys is his dominance on the scoring end this season. I mean, when Wemby and his crew visited the Mile High City this season, Pop and his boys simply had no answer against the Joker and his bag of tricks.
Jokic get the fourth foul on Wemby here. We'll see. No, hook shot, that's good.
On pick and rolls, Jokic just barrels his way inside and plows through the poor Branham. Now when they put the bigger Charles Bassey on him, Jokic just ate him alive on the block, time and time again.
To three. Strother around the corner, bounce to Jokic. Puts it up, yes, and a... Now Jokic, by Bassey, that's going to be a foul. Started 65 to 68 games a year ago, now Jokic around his man.
Anyways, seeing that Bassey can't get the job done, they send Collins to guard him. But it turns out Jokic just made a fool out of him by dropping the somber shuffle on his head.
Singled up against Collins, Jokic slips ball away, got it. A mini somber shuffle there.
And because no one can stop him, the Spurs send their best defender to defend the Joker in Victor Wembanyama. But as you can see, the Joker just bullied the 19-year-old alien as if he's telling him, "You got a long way to go, son."
Jokic has it. On the run he goes, and Jokic get the fourth foul on Wemby here. We'll see. No, hook shot, that's good. Pump fake. Jokic gets it back. Jokic, hook shot. There you go.
As you saw in those clips, the Spurs threw different bodies at Jokic, and in return, the Joker just knocked them down one by one. In that evening, the Joker had a field day, racking up a season-high 39 points on 17 of 29 shooting from the field, and on top of that, he also snatched 11 rebounds along with 9 assists to complete his wire-to-wire dominance. And speaking of his dominance, here's a graphic that shows all of his games so far, and if you take a closer look at the red highlight, you'll see that the Joker had already tallied 9 30-plus point games and 6 20-plus point games, with just 18 games into the new season. But despite how impressive this was, the media people turned their heads the other way and pretended none of this happened. I mean, the Joker only had one game where he scored single digits, and that was against Detroit where he only scored 9 points. But before that, just check out his numbers in the first 13 games of the season. 28.8 points, 13.8 rebounds, 9 assists, and 57.5% shooting from the field. And what's crazy is that he registered a plus 109 plus minus rating in all of those games to showcase that he's not just putting up empty calories. And the fact that no one talks about the Nuggets sitting consistently in the top 3 of the West is just blasphemous and absolutely mind-blowing. Anyway, aside from bullying teams offensively, Jokic has also been on a tear lately in terms of dominating games using his smarts and crazy basketball IQ. Without question, Jokic is the best passing big man, not only this season but arguably in NBA history. And in their game against Zion and the Pelicans, he showcased his vision and ability to locate his teammates on a whole new level. See, here's Jokic in a two-man game with Aaron Gordon, as if he's acting like a point guard. Then as soon as Gordon slips inside, he just lobbed it up and in for an easy deuce. Now if you don't apply on-ball pressure on him, he'll just easily find the open guy, just like what he did here on MPJ. In this misdirection set, Jokic is once again a step ahead of the play as he finds Bullock here on the backdoor cut. Anyway, when he's not just standing around, Jokic can also set up his teammates with a bunch of easy shots on the move, just like how he dished it out to Gordon here, right underneath the basket on back-to-back plays. And when he's not operating at the post, Jokic can switch gears by driving and then spraying it out to the shooters afterward. In that particular game, Nikola Jokic added another milestone in his growing legacy as he recorded a stat line that hadn't been done ever before. He scored 26 points, 16 rebounds, and dished out 18 assists. That 18 assists is actually the highest right now in the NBA as of this recording, and if you take a look at his assist numbers in general, you'll see that Jokic is the only center among the top 5 with 9.2 assists a ball game. Then he also leads the NBA when it comes to passes per game, with 74.5 and ranked 3rd in points from assist per game. And apart from that, the Joker also leads the NBA in rebounds with 13.4 as of this recording. And if that wasn't enough, here are a couple more stats to back up his sheer dominance so far this season. See, aside from being ranked in the top 5 of most of the major stat categories, advanced stats show that Jokic is at the top of the food chain when it comes to player efficiency rating, win shares, box plus minus, and a whole lot of other advanced stats that you are probably unaware exist. Anyway, the point that I'm just trying to get across here is that even though Jokic has been shattering records and creating new ones left and right, racking up 30-point triple-doubles night in and night out, and leading the league in 11 different stat categories, you'll never hear it from the media telling how insanely good Jokic is this season, or at least talking about the big games that he has had so far. I mean, the Joker has been putting MVP numbers across 18 games thus far, averaging a career-high 29 points a ball game, a league-leading 13.2 rebounds, along with 9.2 assists, 1.2 steals on 57.1% shooting from the field, and 80% from the foul line. Like, what else should this man do before he gets the recognition he truly deserves? Now, I think the reason why the media isn't talking about Jokic that much compared to other stars is because of his style of play. I mean, showing highlights of Jokic doing soft floaters while tiptoeing isn't exactly as visually appealing compared to a LeBron dunk, a Giannis downhill drive, or a Luka Magic step-back dagger. And to add to this, I think the media has just become so used to Jokic putting up a triple-double in his sleep that they got bored by it and just stopped talking about it completely, even though we know that the stuff he'd been doing is not easy by all means. Well, am I the only one who notices that Jokic has been slept on by the media? And if this is true, why do you think that these so-called experts rarely talk about his greatness and how he'd been dominating so far this season? Let me know your thoughts on this by punching your comments down below.